back at it again, and oh man, we got him on camera this time, baby. We got him on cam. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
Plans for a new Democratic mayoral primary are now in the works in Bridgeport. Today, a judge overturned the original election amid concerns about the handling of absentee ballots. But the candidate who pushed the case is hopeful a second primary isn't needed. NBC Connecticut's Matt Austin joins us live now in Bridgeport with reaction. Matt.
Yeah, so Keisha, tonight we are still waiting to hear from the city of Bridgeport as well as Joe Ganem's campaign, but his opponent, John Gomes, taking a moment to celebrate tonight as he remains focused on trying to win Tuesday's general election. Supporters of John Gomes celebrating his successful lawsuit as a judge orders a new Democratic primary in the race for Bridgeport mayor.
We will not stand quiet. They violated our civil rights, and we stood and we said we will not accept that. And we spoke clear and we spoke united. And today we are victorious.
Superior Court Judge William Clark calling surveillance video shocking. He found there was proof partisans had placed absentee ballots in drop boxes and determined with so many mishandled ballots, it calls the results of the primary election in serious doubt.
If it wasn't right the first time, got to do it again.
Kind of want to vote to make this a better place, and now we have to wait again.
Gomes lost to Mayor Joe Ganem. The judge has given everyone involved 10 days to come up with a plan for a new primary.
It's highly unusual, and really going to the courts tends to be the absolute last tool that could be used in politicals and candidates' toolbox.
Gomes is hopeful another primary is not needed. He's aiming to win the mayor's race in next week's general election and appears on the ballot as an independent.
And I encourage every voter more than ever that today the court has said your voice does matter. And I said to you, do not give up.
And the Secretary of the State releasing a statement saying she is pleased with the judge's decision and her office will work with the other parties to set a new primary date. Live in Bridgeport, Matt Austin, NBC Connecticut News. Mike, back to you.
Yeah, Connecticut. They said that, this kind of stuff was impossible, right? They said that it could not happen. Everything is 100% secure. No need to worry about anything. And yet, here in Connecticut, you have some fraud allegedly that happened. Well, let's dive into it a little more.
Words election fraud have been thrown around way too many times in the past few years without any serious evidence to back up those claims. But tonight, an election for mayor has just been thrown out by a judge who concluded that fraud did impact a recent vote and ordered a new election. And it was based on absentee ballots. Happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where a state Superior Court judge has just ordered a new election between incumbent Mayor Joe Ganem and his mayoral primary opponent, John Gomes, after Gomes successfully argued that he was the victim of absentee ballot fraud. Stunning video put out by the Gomes campaign appeared to show a Bridgeport city employee and local Democratic Party official walking up to a drop box in the early hours of the morning of September 5th and making multiple deposits of absentee ballots. You can see a woman who the Gomes campaign identifies as Bridgeport City Hall employee Wanda Jeter-Patiki walking up to the drop box and placing multiple ballots inside. Then a few seconds later, she comes back, does it again. The Gomes campaign posted this on social media as part of a 3-minute compilation showing irregularities in the vote. That woman was questioned during a court hearing challenging the election results and pleaded the Fifth.
Were you paid for any of your work on the Ganem campaign? I object at this point.
And it wasn't just her. The Gomes campaign played in court 9 different people making 24 drops of apparently multiple ballots into absentee ballot boxes. In his ruling, Connecticut State Superior Court Judge William Clark said he found the evidence from the Gomes campaign credible, said there was enough evidence to call the entire election into question. Quote, "In this case, there is evidence of partisans taking possession and harvesting ballots to engage in bulk drops of the absentee ballots into drop boxes. The number of ballots at issue, when considering the corroborating evidence of the video and documentary evidence, brings the reliability of the primary into serious doubt. Judge Clark has ordered the two sides and city election officials to come together on a new date for a revote by November 17th, but there's all sorts of details there. This is a wild story. Let's bring in Bill Bloss. He is the attorney for Bridgeport mayoral candidate John Gomez. Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it. All right. So first of all, just take us through what happened and what the judge has found here.
Well, this was probably the clearest case of ballot harvesting that I think has been proven really in the United States. There was repeated video, but around 20 different instances of campaign officials or others dropping multiple absentee ballots into the drop boxes in a couple of locations. Clearly, under Connecticut law, these were people that were not entitled legally to possess absentee ballots. There was pretty strong evidence that there was a coordinated effort to try to collect absentee ballots from voters. And of course, under our law, they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to, this is basically, absentee ballots are supposed to have the same sanctity as the voting booth. And just as you couldn't bring in one of these people into the voting booth, you shouldn't be handing them your absentee ballot.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty jarring case, and the video, Judge Clark called it shocking. I think most people would share that.
So what happens now? I mean, there's going to be an election on the 7th of November, right? With the current mayor's name on the ballot, correct?
Correct. And also John Gomes, my client, is also going to be on the ballot on a minor party line, on the independent party line. So this is the alternative. There are several alternatives that could happen here. If John Gomes wins on Tuesday, then the case is over. If Mayor Ganim wins on Tuesday, then there would be a new primary sometime, probably in December, I would guess, and then a new election sometime in January if Gomes wins the primary. So it's it's not an ideal situation by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a situation that is caused by massive absentee ballot misconduct. That's the reason we're here. That's the reason we're in this situation.
Oh, nothing ever happens. It's secure, 110%. Right? Now, I do think that there were some things that happened. And people always say in the comment section, and of course, there's certain things that I can't say. You guys already know that. It's no secret that you guys well know there's certain stuff that I cannot say. But I will say this. If it is legal, people should be watching and monitoring any drop boxes. If it is legal, maybe even putting up a camera. If it's legal. Now, I'm not advocating for any illegal activity, right? That's why I said if it is illegal, because I don't know the laws, like the back of my hand or anything. If we have any lawyers, are there any laws against people standing and watching the drop boxes? I'm sure there's probably laws like standing right next to it, watching. But are there laws of like just standing within 20 feet and watching the drop boxes to see what's going on? Y'all let me know. And if there isn't, then maybe that's a strategy, right? To ensure that nothing crazy happens, as we saw here allegedly in Connecticut, to make sure that, things are legit and safe and secure, right? Also, I think getting hired to work at these polling places would also be beneficial, right? Because if you're in there, and listen, maybe, I don't even know if this is legal, but how can I say this? Maybe you get in people's good graces, right? So they trust you, okay? Nobody has any idea that you're a Trump supporter. If all of this is legal, okay? So you can freely make sure that everything is good, right? Because obviously, in my humble opinion, if there was going to be something terrible that happened, They're going to make sure that the Trump supporter is outside of the room. But if they don't really know, if they have no idea, if you're really close friends because you've made friends with these individuals, you've played nice, right? If there was something to happen, maybe they don't care that you're in the room when it happens, and you can then testify to said thing happening and make sure that it's called out, right? I think there was a story. Oh, crap. I think it was like Spooked by the Door or something. I remember seeing something about it a long, long time ago. But the story was a gentleman. I'm trying to remember the story correctly. Forgive me. But it was basically a guy who, I could have the details wrong, but he pretended to be something that he wasn't so that he could get the information and infiltrate, a certain group of individuals to help out his side of things, right? Not in a terrible way, but like he just like pretended to like go along with the crew, like, yeah, everything's good, and really he agreed with these people over here versus the people that he's yip yapping and jaw jacking and clapping with. And when it came time, he showed his true colors and supported the people that were over there versus the people in here. And now he knew exactly what was going on the inside, so he could really affect some change. Now, like I said, that's probably not legal. And if it isn't, don't do it. I'm not advocating for anything illegal, YouTube. Okay? I'm not advocating for any illegal activity, right? Only where things are legal, we should be doing. And once again, we should be doing exactly what Democrats are doing. If that's getting out early, right? Maybe some folks should be doing that. If that's mailing some stuff in, maybe folks should be doing that. Okay. Because also I think that if Republicans all do the same thing on the same day around the same time, doesn't that sound like it's really, really easy to, do something if you wanted to, right? You know when they're going to show up, you know what day, you know the times, right? Yeah, sorry guys. Power went out, pipe burst, versus, oh, well, some people early, some people this, some, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some stuff. Y'all let me know how you feel about all of this in the comment section. But I did come across this clip from 2020 that I find absolutely hilarious. Check this out and let me know what you guys think. This was on live TV in 2020 from CNN.
The only ballot drop box in Cuyahoga County, Ohio. You can see this woman right here casting her vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter? Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic. The only ballot drop box in Cuyahoga.
I'll let it play again. Watch this again.
Cuyahoga County, Ohio. You can see this woman right here casting her vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter? Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic. The only.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Now I do want to show you guys this post here from Charlie Kirk. Let's take a moment to appreciate the Bridgeport, Connecticut parallels to 2020. Unprecedented number of mail-in ballots in 2020. Unprecedented number of mail-in ballots in 2023 in Connecticut. Video evidence of ballot stuffing. Extensive use of ballot drop boxes, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. The only difference is that this is Democrat versus Democrat. Now, all of this is alleged, right? Allegedly. But I do find it really, really interesting. And what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about it? How can we ensure that nothing happens, right? Do you think my ideas are good ideas? Do you think they're stupid? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Maybe they're not even legal. And if they aren't, don't do them, okay? YouTube, if it's not legal, do not do it. But where legal, we should be pulling out all the stops where things are legal. All of them. Because we know what Democrats are going to do, right? We know what Democrats, they're going to pull out all the stops. Joe's losing right now. So they're going to pull out all the stops possible to get this done. And I think we need to match that energy. We need to match that passion and that fire. We can't just sit back on our hands and say, we're just going to show up on the day of and do our part. where it is legal. We need to be doing the exact same things as Democrats. If that means going door to door talking to folks, right? That's what we should be doing. Because we know Democrats are going to, right? We know that. I'm just saying. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.